Hi everyone, thank you for joining me. Today is the 28th of June 2026. We're fast approaching July, so I thought we'd just do short video for July and August for every ascendant and also moon sign, because it's good to read your chart from the moon sign just to see how the transit feel. So I'm going to just go through the transits so we can actually have a look at them. Let's just have a look at the chart for this period. Excuse me. Okay, as you can see, obviously Saturn has been in Pisces for a while and will carry on being there for a period of time still. But it will actually go retrograde on the 27th of July. And we'll also have got Jupiter, which is again going to be in Cancer for a while. So Saturn has, for all of us, has an impact on Taurus, has an impact on Virgo, and also on Sagittarius. So, as well as obviously, rules Capricorn and Aquarius too. So, very important planet. We put effort into where the third aspect is. The seventh aspect is highly respectful, and where we have all our honor and commitment, loyalties. And 10th from it is obviously how it's projected onto the world. Excuse me, I'm just going to cough. Excuse me. Then we have Jupiter. Jupiter rules obviously Sagittarius and Pisces, and it's going to be aspect in Pisces, aspect in Saturn, which is great because excuse me, Pisces is a sign of spirituality and letting go of just mundane things that are not true, really. They're just like we are in a material world. It's letting go of all those kind of things and seeing the bigger picture. So by both these two planets having an impact on Pisces, it's very important. I'm sure on the hashtags you've seen the Great Awakening, that people are waking up, people are just seeing that things are not as they seem, all that kind of stuff. So Pisces, by the nature of Jupiter aspect in it, is being protected. So that's a very, very good sign. It also rules, as I said, Sag and Pisces, but it's having three aspects, just like Saturn. So it's aspect in Scorpio, Capricorn, and Pisces, as we mentioned. So having a massive impact on those, and also Cancer. And actually, if you look at the beginning of the month, it's on the degree that is the most kind of, well, that's the degree, 5 degrees when it's exalted. But it's an exaltation sign. So, Jupiter is pretty strong. And then we have the nodes. So nodes are going to be for a while still in Aquarius for Rahu, which is co-rules it with Saturn. So that's great. Rahu rules technology, new things, and all kind of, I would say, kind of rules people who are not kind of different species, who are not particularly human, high dimensional, other dimensions, outer dimensions, those sort of people too, which disclosure about that's coming out. It's also rules AI. So new, particularly in Shatabisha, it's all to do with here 1,000 or 100 healers, as they say. So it's like by the time it comes out of there and goes into Capricorn, that there's going to be new modalities coming out for health and healing. So things are going to really move forward after that, this transit. For K2 is obviously in Leo. Leo is a sign of celebrities, famous people, royalty, big leaders, things like that. And by the nature of that being there in Leo, we know that it's actually as we have seen, many of the Hollywood greats have passed away. You can just have a look. Just has been so many people. I mean, a lot of them have been very, very old anyway. But just so there's loads of people passing away, lots of changes going on, and also what it does is Sun will be there with it on the 18th. So I think there's going to be maybe in August 18th August. So I think there could be like a major passing away of a royalty or a very sort of significant figure in the world of politics or influence, basically. So that's happening with the nodes. So actually, Rahu is also aspecting Gemini from where it is, and it's also aspecting Libra. And K2 is aspecting the Aries and also Sagittarius. So this has been going on for a while anyway, and I have actually done a video about Sagittarius. You know, it's such an important sign for the remainder of this year. And you'll also see that Mercury will retrograde back to Gemini, and where the Sun is at the moment, and it's again going to have an impact on Sagittarius. So lots going on there. But all the personal planets, one by one, they're coming through, and we'll see them going on to Virgo by the time we finish August. So just wanted to say that Venus is not in a good condition. Venus being obviously the most important feminine planet for everyone. It's in Cancer, which is unfriendly towards, doesn't like being with Jupiter for one thing, doesn't like the moon, so they don't. Venus doesn't like Cancer, but moon likes Venus's sign. It's kind of odd, but anyway. But then it goes into Leo, which are enemies. Sun is enemy to Venus and Venus to the Sun. And then it goes into its debilitation sign, even though it's only really debilitated at 28 degrees. But nonetheless, it's a sign that is like really is a critical, it's digests and dissects everything. And, there's like a post-mortem goes on in that sign. So it's not really in keeping with what Venus is all about. So anyway, this is like an overview of that's going on. For me, the things that really stand out is that obviously Mercury goes retrograde and Saturn goes retrograde. And also the other thing that's interesting to know as well, for me, I think one of the signs that's quite troubling to Mars is Gemini. Mars in Gemini is quite a difficult one, so I would imagine we're going to have like some crazy times because of that happening during this period, and in 3rd of August. So it's just very, very interesting time to watch it. Not only does it go into Gemini, but also we have 2 eclipses happening, but which are, the first one is more really the solar eclipse happening on 12th of August. It's really more to do with, you can see more on the zodiac, tropical zodiac. But definitely we have the 28th of August as well, where we have the partial lunar eclipse occurring in Aquarius. So it's like really interesting time going on there. So these for me really stand out. But anyway, let's just walk through and just see what we can see from this this period for the ascendant. So, hi, this video is for Cancer Moon or Cancer Ascendant for July and August 2026. I hope you're well. Okay, let's have a look at the chart for this period. Helps me stay focused. Okay, so you guys have got obviously Jupiter on your ascendant, and I know it's not the greatest planet for you, but in transit, Jupiter just can't help being benevolent, really. So, but it does what it makes you do is makes you really kind of be very objective, expansive, and you can deal with things in basically it rules not just your 6th house, but it also rules what is your 9th house too. So it's all about education and learning and things to managing yourself and all kinds of things like that, to do with exercise, nutrition, all of those things come with much more ease during this period. But anyway, so you have Mercury and Jupiter, both of them on the ascendant with Venus. Jupiter and Mercury in the first house, they have got directional strength, so they both give you a lot of focus. They, you know, it's actually becomes a bit of a blessing because they're both so good in the first house. They're not particularly friendly with each other, especially Mercury doesn't really like being in Cancer, doesn't like Jupiter either. So, but anyway, this is all going to happen pretty quickly now. So I'm going to start with, so basically, and you've got some expenses going on as well, your second house, K2, and the second house ruler in the 12th house, some expenses going on during this time. Okay, so let's go straight to fifth day of the month, where we have Venus moves sign, so moves from first house into your second house. Now, this is a really, really good planet for you. It's your yoga karaka planet, rules an angle and a trine house. So fourth and, sorry, not trine, rules your fourth house and also 11th house as well, house of gains. So it's like a planet that gives you money, if you like. So now goes into your second house, 11th house ruler in the second house, a very amazing one for money. But look, Katie is sitting there and it's going to be like absorbing that. So there is money coming in, but there is an expense just around the corner too. And Sun obviously echoes that too. But it could be that you're actually investing in something too. So it's not always that bad. But remembering that Venus is not in good condition, it's in enemy sign, doesn't like the Sun. So, and then we have on the 8th, what happens is Mercury, well, 7th actually, goes retrogrades back into Gemini, and then obviously at that point it goes back into own sign. So, and then it's funny because I've written 7th, but I've actually said 8th. So that's nice because obviously Mercury rules your 12th house, Gemini is back in there. And now Jupiter is on its own, so it's much easier. Then we have a new, the 14th, we have a new moon in your 12th house. So this is really signification of Mercury's there as well, retrograde. But it is very much about like some endings and some new beginnings for you. So things have to change, end, a chapter close and let go of, and then you can get on with new things after that. So there's definitely some endings going on, whether it's like you know, a new home and a course is finished, a job is finished, all that kind of thing, or there's things that you want to end that you know you don't resonate with some things. That's definitely an ending for that. And then we have on the 17th, Sun goes into Cancer. Sun likes being in the just going to go back 10 minutes or so. Yeah. Okay. So obviously Sun is in friendly sign. It's like also second house ruler in the first house. That's lovely because what it does, those expenses are going to come to an end at this point. And Sun, you know, sitting there with a really good friend, Jupiter. So it's all good. It could also be that you know, the expenses that you had are actually to your benefit in the long run, you know, so those ends, but what you had spent money on and energy will actually come back to you in a different way. So down the road, it was handy for you to go through those expenses. As you know, nothing in life is bad. Everything that we experience is for us to grow. And then on the 24th, Mercury goes direct, which is a very important day. So that's 24, and here we go. So Mercury is direct, and this makes you much more, you know, wanting to end things and move forward with new plans that you have made, because Mercury rules your third house, which is planning and organizing, putting into action. And now Mercury being direct, that gives you the opportunity to do those things. And then on the 27th, we have Saturn going retrograde, and that is actually happening in your 9th house of, it's basically your 7th and 8th house ruler going to the 9th house, and going sort of like reflecting, there's things for those people who actually are doing their thesis, finishing degrees and things like that. Maybe those who haven't been able to finish certain things, you get an opportunity to go through and finish that. And if there's some, also those of you who are maybe with a partner and that you want to like think about getting married or changing that status, it's a really good time of reflection and make things happen then when Saturn goes direct. And on the 30th of July, we have a full moon in Capricorn. So this is very much like happening in your 7th house. So it involves things to do with 2nd house, which is money and family. Jupiter's 6th and 9th house, so daily routines, and also parents and learning, etc., belief systems, and also what would be your 7th house. So all of those, getting married, all of those things can have an impact on the 2nd house and 9th house. So those will be very much your focus. And now let's go to the 30th, the next month, August. So I'm going to go straight to the 2nd of August. So on the 2nd of August, we have Venus going into Virgo, which is the debility sign for Venus. So, so for you guys, it's 4th house ruler in the 3rd house. So there could be a change of car, a change of, gaining a car, gaining a home, that kind of thing going on. Thinking about moving, and then we have our Mars goes into Gemini the next day on the 3rd. Not the most favorite thing that could happen. For one thing, both Mars and Mercury are enemies. Mars hates being in Gemini. It's probably one of the worst signs for it. And not only that, it's also it's in the 12th house. Mercury doesn't do well there, even though it's our own sign. It's a complex things. But I would say the best thing to do with this is, so basically Mars is your yoga karaka planet. I know I said, so I said earlier about Venus isn't, Mars is. And so it rules for you, your 10th house, and also rules for you what would be like your 5th house too. So basically when it is there, so it could be like some changes, you might be working remotely for a bit. It could also be like found out that there's a pregnancy, because 5th house is pregnancy. Or it could also be learning something academic in order to help your job too. But just whatever you do, don't do things hastily, because whatever happens, Gemini is still the sign of speech and communication, and Mercury is the ruler of the 3rd house, is in the 12th house. So, but great time to actually learn some foreign languages, start something like that, or maybe foreign travels too. But the other way to actually, it's really good to do stretches and things before you go to bed. And put in endings to things if you want to have a good declutter. Really good to use that Mars-Mercury mix. Very nice indeed for that. Then on the 6th, Mercury leaves the sign, so it eases that a little bit. So it goes on to the 1st house again, but this time obviously it's direct, so much better. With the Sun helps Mercury being friendly together, so that's pretty good. And now, so you have 3rd and 12th house ruler in the 1st house, so definitely some endings you want to take care of. And the next big thing is on the 12th, 13th, I would say. So where we have like it's basically more in the like I use mean notes, I don't use true notes. So basically what's happening there is we have like what is called like a solar eclipse going on in Cancer on your ascendant. So this is really are a lot of changes going on. So it's to do with your work because of Jupiter being 6th house, how you manage yourself, how you look after yourself, your well-being. And thing to do with 9th house, which is your parents, your dad, education, belief systems, your things that you need to finish and let go of, addictions that need to be taken care of, also your speech, how you express yourself to the other people. And also, obviously, 2nd house of family, and savings, your relationship with money and self. All of those are really a focus of these things. So this eclipse will actually unveil a few things that you're on your mind, how you want to progress with your life going forward. Really good times to put intentions out and really take care of things that are really been bugging you for a while. So making the most of that. And then 18th, we'll have Sun goes into own sign, Leo. So Sun in Leo, nice and strong. However, it is also with K2. K2 is your 5th house ruler, goes into the 2nd house. So it creates some nice Dana yoga for you. And it's also 5th house ruler with the 2nd house. So you just kind of, even though it is kind of like could be quite difficult for money, but actually there is help on this way too. So not all too bad, really. And then we have Mercury also goes into Leo on the 23rd, 5 days later. So Mercury is a friendly sign, and it's also friendly with K2 and the Sun. So it's quite nice in your 2nd house. You feel as though you have had a bit of a respite when it comes to family values, so and savings, etc. So maybe the expenses are finished now, and it's time to actually put money into. And you guys are pretty good at saving money anyway. Leo being like a fixed sign. And then we end the month with, for me, it will be the most important thing is on the 28th, we have a partial lunar eclipse, which is happening in Aquarius. So for you, Aquarius would be like, so it's like your 8th house, so embracing changes. And because it also involves you yourself, so changes to self, transformational things, letting go of those emotions that hold you back. These are the next things, because you've just been through such a big sort of things going on for you up to this point. So it's like, now how do I actually give myself time to relax? Maybe I need a holiday, excuse me. The holiday, going away somewhere nice, and so just like recouping and just having some fun, some romantic time with your other partner, or if you're single, just start going out and dating. That kind of thing becomes focus now, because you've gone through all the expenses and difficulties. So now you have this unveiling of new things, new energy coming in for you. Have a good couple of months, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you.